Hey, this is Notser. This is the user replay of the week. The rectangle is in the tier 10 Soviet destroyer, Khabarovsk. Rectangle. Really? Rectangle? Okay, you know the drill. If you're interested in submitting a user replay, please send it to notserreplay@gmail.com. Please have the replay file, in-score screenshots, 1 to 2 sentence summary, and please include the ship name in the title of the email. That really helps me out. If you cannot produce an amazing game, maybe you can produce an amazing moment. Please send that also, but include the timestamp in the email. That really helps also. Again, I really appreciate everyone who shows any interest whatsoever in submitting. This week I was just like, hey, I haven't done a Soviet ship in a while for the user replay, so I found a replay that was interesting. That's all I'll give away. And hopefully you enjoy it. The rectangle is headed over to sea. A couple friendlies are already there. Enemy trying to capture. It's a standoff, right? Who is going to blink first? Who's going to show themselves? Most likely it's an enemy destroyer as well, so they have great detection until you're right on top of them. And this Shimakaze sent out torpedoes blindly. Absolutely no clue whatsoever where the enemy is, other than the smoke. And it's directly behind an island. So that probably means the enemy is directly behind that island. Now, the rectangle almost hit the Shimakaze, and he's almost... Oh, I think he's going to be safe. No, oh, he just gives it a love tap. He gives that island a love tap of joy. Thank you. Please send my regards to all the other islands for not bringing him to a complete stop, right? He was able to just minimize the time that he spent in a complete vulnerable location. Now this enemy, Run, I don't know why he's completely stopped. Did he run into the Amagi? Did he want to be completely stopped? That's not a good idea. Out in the open against enemies that could possibly citadel you, and he recognizes it eventually and he moves off. The rectangle is detected. The smoke is no longer blocking line of sight. It's not that the destroyer is detecting him, it's just that he has made himself available to the enemy team to see around the smoke as if it was an island, and he takes a significant shot. I think he took a shot from the Amagi or the Atago. I'm not 100%. But this Benson, he is 3.4 kilometers. He doesn't have good angling. I'm questioning why the rectangle is not aggressively pushing out and trying to take out the Benson. He saw the smoke. He saw the torpedoes. This guy has nothing to hide or attack. Just go out there and kill him. And he gets with the picture. Maybe he felt like, I have to capture it. Ooh, nice. 3,600 points of damage. Knocks out his propulsion. The Soviet destroyers, their guns are so good. Absolutely devastating. You feel like you have so much power in the guns. But I find myself a lot of times overextending early on, and I'm sure the rectangle has done it too. It's just one of the things that you end up doing in a Soviet destroyer. He takes out the enemy Benson though, and he didn't really have to risk the ship. The enemies that were in the area, they're all behind an island, and they can't engage. So they did pretty well. And he pops the smoke for fear that he might get reprisals for that act. The enemy Run. His guns almost looked like they were tracking, but now he has no idea where he is because he was the one detecting the enemy cruiser. And that's fine. Looks like that Fubuki, did the Fubuki, did he pull a Notser? Did he really run aground? That island's huge. Maybe he's doing a 3-point turn. He's probably doing a 3-point turn. He's like, yeah, this will be quicker. Let's just slam into the island so I can turn back, because I don't want to go south. Look at the enemy team, though. Concentrated effort at A, and it looks like they're moving to B, basically. His team on the western side of the map They are not quite as interested in working together. It appears they're pretty extended to the left side of the map, the far west. They're just so far away. He can't even detect their health. That's how far away they are. So, the enemy team has a numbers advantage. 100%. Can they take advantage of it? That's the real question. The enemy Amagi, it's showing itself at sea, but the rectangle doesn't care. His battleship must take him. And look at this, there's a battleship all the way back at their base. I just love it. It's a tier 10 match. I don't want to risk my ship, man. Look at your team. They're pushing forward. Go with the team. Don't stay isolated. The rectangle, he went to the center. He found an enemy that was willing to show his side. He's got AP loaded, and he's doing pretty good damage against that broadside target. About 3k. You will kill stuff very quickly in the Khabarovsk if you're allowed to use your AP against them. Don't do this when you see, and it's very obvious, the Soviet destroyers have terrible detection. Absolute terrible detection. When you see this in front of you, don't have your side showing. Now the Baltimore, unfortunately, he probably took a Citadel that knocked out his propulsion. And he's just stuck in the open. And the rectangle, am I going to hit anything? No. And neither is the Donskoy. He hits everything but the ship. I'm sure he's just like, oh, are you serious? That sort of dispersion is set for battleships, not for my Soviet cruiser. Oh, okay, well, he got a little bit of payback there. He's able to take out his propulsion. The rectangle, however, has last stand, which is great for him. I don't understand why you would not have last stand. Especially U.S. destroyers. You need to check the turret traverse and make sure, if it's under 10 seconds, I think 10-second turret traverse on a destroyer is just fine. Now, the rectangle, he chooses to put it out. He chooses to repair it. He's got the premium consumable for damage control, but look at what happens. The Donskoy. He's not done with him yet. He's able to knock out his steering. So, it's not completely inoperable, but it's very ineffective. Let's just say it like that. It could be better. Absolutely, it could function better. In this game, this isn't looking good at all. His team in the West are just being so worthless. Really, they are. They're not pushing forward. They're not trying to take A. They're just doing their own thing. And the enemy team has taken B because it was a token destroyer that tried to capture it. They got it for the rectangle's team. He can't defend it, of course. There's too many cruisers. And apparently, the enemy destroyer transitioned over to C, and he's going to try and take that as well. So, the only 2 or 3 players that are really doing anything is the rectangle, that battleship by C. I mean, what is going on with his team? They need to really check themselves. But, you know what? The rectangle, he's doing the right thing. He's firing on the Donskoy. He's sitting in his smoke. He's got HE loaded because the angling is not optimal. Now, this Baltimore has pretty optimal angling, and he switches. And the replay doesn't show it, but he has set the Baltimore as the primary target. 100% he's done that. And the enemy Donskoy disappears. The Baltimore angles against. Not really going to penetrate. He switches back to HE. That's exactly what you need to do. His smoke is going to dissipate soon, though. Very soon. So he's got to consider, what should he do? There's an enemy cruiser over by A, which is trying to get a flank on. Now, will it work? I don't know. The western side of the map have been so passive that, you know, maybe they expect it. Maybe they're already backing up to take him out. But I think the rectangle, he recognizes, you know what? We're going to lose. He's going to move forward. There's too many enemies at sea. That is not a position you want to head into. But he could assist in taking out A. Maybe capturing B. It's Des Moines, so it's absolutely terrifying for a destroyer. But the Des Moines Yeah, the Des Moines is using his radar. It sucks, doesn't it? The thing is, radar can't really see behind islands like this, but in World of Warships, radar sees through everything. I'm surprised it doesn't see at the bottom of the ocean, because that's just not how it works in real life. But hey, he's already used his cooldown, so at least he's comfortable knowing that the Des Moines will not be able to locate him if he absolutely needs to in the next 5 minutes. That's just a super long cooldown. In fact, he can only use it one more time in the entire match. That's how long the radar cooldown is. But a convenient destroyer shows up, and the rectangle is able to take him out real quick. He's got his torpedoes in position to use. Gets this enemy rune. And for whatever reason, he's not expecting this at all, even though the rectangle was detected by radar. He engaged a Fubuki. He killed him. His guns should have been in position. The German cruisers, high-tier German cruisers, have very fast turret traverse. There's no excuse for him to not be ready for this. Now, those torpedoes are ready, and he's just trying to avoid taking damage. Yes! The torpedoes take out the enemy cruiser. The rectangle is still alive. He does run into a friendly rune, but didn't mean to. There is one interesting aspect of this, though. A is completely open. There's probably nobody there. It was probably just those two cruisers. There's no enemy destroyers left on the map. He can safely take bases if he so chooses without firing, and he should be undetected. Oh, friendly ship was just too overextended. He took a huge shot from the enemy cruisers. Oh, why does it have to be the Germans? Always the Germans. This enemy rune, he is in position to just end the rectangle, and he doesn't. Oh, there are so many players that don't immediately try and kill destroyers. Just kill them. Your thirst for blood has to be applied directly to the destroyer first and foremost. Nothing else matters. He could kill him in 1 or 2 salvos. He's within 7 kilometers of a destroyer. Why would you not immediately fire on that guy? Look at the amount of AP damage he sustained. Oh, please survive. Wow, he missed. And he's taken out. Ah! I will never understand why you don't treat a destroyer as if it's the worst possible enemy you could see. It's really funny in some of my videos. I'm just wailing away at a target, shooting him. A random destroyer appears, and it's like, ooh, candy. That's delicious. Let's take him out. Oh, please. Ooh. Oh, he is taking way too much fire, way too much attention. We need to just run away, okay, the rectangle. I think his intent, and I'm not in his mind. I think he wants to get behind this island. I think he wants to break line of sight. Finally, he drops off, and of course he fires. Why not? Live life dangerously. And part of that is, look at the points, Notser, yeah. They need to make something happen right now, or the game is over. And this enemy Baltimore conveniently runs aground in reverse, which is an accomplishment in its own right. And is he going to die before he escapes? All these guys have to do on the enemy team is hide. But let's be honest. Are they really going to hide? Do they feel the fear of loss yet? Or are they going to make a dumb mistake? This is a random battle, remember. I mean, they're within... Yep, they lose a ship. I think he burns down. I think the Baltimore burned down. Well, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He was on fire. There's nothing to really do. The Udaloy, 189. This enemy cruiser, if he lands a shot, he takes him out. The game is over. Udaloy, don't you dare fire. Just stay hidden. The rectangle, he likes to live dangerously too. You only got 2,500 hit points. But they have to. They have to make a play. The game is going to be a loss if they don't get a kill. And unfortunately, the target that they are trying to kill is going to hide. But a battleship shows up just northeast of the rectangle. I don't know his health yet. The rectangle has to look at it. Come on, buddy. We have to get this. Yeah, they're going to go commit to take C. They're going to deny the cap, at least. Now, this is still going to be hairy, because these are two destroyers that are very low and... Oh, you're not supposed to be here. The Donskoi's right here in position. The rectangle's thinking about torpedoes. Stop thinking about torpedoes! The Donskoi fires! He missed. He missed! He only hit with enough shells to do around 1,000. He easily could have blown the rectangle up. Or even the Udaloy. Just a little bit. And the game would have ended. Absolutely 100% would have been a win for the enemy team if the Donskoi would have selected his target appropriately. He just take your time, take the shot, but he completely choked at that. I feel so bad for that guy because I know how that feels. I have choked away a chance to win the game, but it is just so black and white right there, so plain as day, that the Donskoi had the victory in his hands, and he threw it away. Now, completely reverse. The team of Rectangle can easily win the game if nobody dies. So the Udaloy hide. The Rectangle is hiding in his smoke, behind an island, behind a ship. You know, the last thing he wants, and someone finds a way to die. Come on, guys, but there's plenty of time. The only way the enemy team wins is if they get another kill, and they're battleships, so it's going to be hard. Enemy cruiser showed up on the map, didn't have a good line of sight on some of these destroyers. I don't know if he tried a blind fire, but how do you like this game? The enemy team had them in their grasp. They were tightening it. It was so close to squeezing the life out, but somehow the Rectangle's team got out. So he did. Kraken Unleashed, Confederate. That's 5 kills, 3 torpedo strikes, 2 base defenses, 3 base assisted captures, almost 500,000 credits earned. Absolutely fantastic display in the Khabarovsk. He earned 2,816 base XP. Fantastic. And he forgot to send me the damage. So I'm going to assume he did somewhere in the realm of 100 to 120,000 because he hit some torpedoes and he did a lot of broadside AP shots. The Rectangle, thank you for sharing this game. However, please give me the damage numbers next time. For everyone else, I hope you enjoyed this game. I can't believe the enemy team was that close to winning. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.